What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Come on, man. It's an early morning session today. You know how I'm feeling, baby. It's not often we get to wake up and get to baking it up a little bit, a little roast and toast, a little rise and grind. So, you know, I'm extra excited today, man.
So am I.
Man, you got the taco meet out. We're one day closer to the west side. You know, so it's a great day today, man. Gonna do a little game preview. Yeah, and top of the morning to everybody in the chat, man. We hit y'all with a surprise early morning and a little bit early, right? It was supposed to be a 9:20 start time, but we happened to get everything situated and ready to go a little bit early. So we're gonna take advantage of that, man. You know, trying to get every minute we can in this thing.
Hopefully you're waking up using one of the Arthur Moats Experience coffee mugs.
Oh, absolutely. Or you're using, you know,
okay,
the little to go.
What's in that? That's a tea?
This is a tea right here because I knew you were coming today, so I need to get warmed up. That's all.
Understood.
Yeah.
So you're more of a tea guy as opposed to coffee. I'm the same way. I hate coffee, actually.
Yeah, I'm not a coffee guy. Like, unless it's Starbucks. But it has to be like a latte, extra, like, dolled up. It's not coffee. It's like a glorified, like, hot drink. It's a fancy hot drink. Call it a hot cocktail. That's what it is when I get it. But no, I'm definitely a tea dude, man, though.
Same. I just roll green tea pretty much.
Yeah. See, I like variety with my tea, though. Like, it's the weirdest thing.
I'm not opposed. Right.
I tell wifey, like, yo, buy the 10-pack where it's different flavors. Let me just go through and try each one. But yeah, man, I'm definitely a tea guy, bro. And I'm weird. I feel like it has to be hot, too. Like
I'm with you.
Yeah,
I don't like cold
hot tea, bro. Yeah.
I'm definitely with you on that. I mean, I'll drink it if someone gets it for me. But yeah, I'm not that much into the cold.
I'm a hot
either
guy.
tea
and
hot,
bro.
Especially coffee. I hate coffee, dude.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. The only time I'll drink if someone gets it for me on accident, then I'll just be like, all right,
I
don't want to make you feel bad. Like that's happened before where someone's got me breakfast. They came back with the coffee. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
For me, bro, it's either it has to be like super dolled up latte, or the only other style I've drank is just like black with a ton of sugar. And that happened because my rookie year, man, I used to fall asleep in meetings because I would stay up so late at night playing the game. I was a young guy, man. I'm used to the college. So, you know, I'm sitting in these meetings with these vets and they like, bro, you got to stay awake. Like, you can't be going to sleep. So I would go and I would start eating like sunflower seeds. And then I was eating so many sunflower seeds, like my gums were getting like irritated because I was like, yo, I got to stop this. So now I started eating Rice Krispie treats. Then I had Dave Weinstein. He's like, oh, all those Rice Krispie treats.
He was up there in Buffalo.
Yeah, he was. He was like, you'll probably be fast if you didn't eat so many of them. I'm like, wow, so now you coming at my weight. Like, what you trying to stay here? So then from there, I had one of my OGs was like, yo, you just got to get this coffee. And I remember first time I got it, I was like, yo, this looks terrible. And I remember it was a Lil Wayne song. He was like, I'm going to have me a coffee with 6 sugars. And ever since then, I was like, you know what? Well, if Lil Wayne do it like that, I'm going to do it. I threw them 6 sugars in there. I was straight. So that's about the only. I prefer the latte extra dolled up, though. But I will do a 6 sugar black coffee off my dog Lil Wayne.
Would it be fair to say the Buffalo Bills media guy, the podcast at the time, maybe one of them was saying, that Arthur Moats guy, man, like... He's out there. I'm not saying he's not working as hard as outside of practice, but would that be fair? I mean, you brought it up. You said you've been up all night playing the game.
Oh, that's crazy.
Where were you at studying the
you
playbook?
You came at my craft.
Would it have been fair at the time?
100% it would have been fair at the time, man. In fact, even the whole "Don't cross the Moats," that slogan, right? Everybody hears it's like, oh man, it started because he knocked out Brett Favre. No, it started in the preseason. And I wasn't even like doing great. I was just out there. Told you, I probably had like whatever the record was for blown assignments, missed like mental errors. I had to have broke that record that year, bro. I was going to the games, and I would say bare minimum, if I only have 5 blown assignments, it was a great day for me. I was a double-digit guy. I was going to hit you with a double-double. I was going to hit you with 10 blown coverages. I'm going to hit you with about 10 sacks in the preseason. I was on that. That was my vibe. And it worked. I led the preseason in tackles. It was dope. And I definitely led in the mental errors. It was bad. But such is life because it taught me to never bring a video game with me ever to training camp again. And anybody that followed me throughout that career, they noticed that, hey, no TV come with me to training camp, no video game. I barely even brought a laptop. Like, I was like, yo, just give me my playbook or iPad, whatever I need that has football, and that's all I want. Give me a cell phone and give me a book. They thought I was going in this thing like, bro, you know you're here for like 3 weeks. Like, You gonna need something of that. Nope, I don't need nothing else. I don't want nothing else, no other distractions because it got me. I thought I was gonna get cut my rookie year. All the time I thought I was gonna get cut.
So it flipped your rookie year. The rest of your regular season, you were like
the rest of
on
the regular
it.
season I flipped. Yeah, because I was like, all right, I found we survived it. I don't know how. And then it was just like, all right, we can't play this game anymore. Chill, man.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. But shout out to, I don't even know how we got on that topic this morning, right? Like,
because this morning we were talking coffee.
That's what it
tea.
was, man.
That's what it was.
And then you just came with my Buffalo professionalism. He said, could somebody have said that you were not doing what you were supposed to be doing? Yes, dang it, yes. Why do you think when I talk about certain players, I'm like, I speak from experience with some of these things, okay? It's
tough
not,
love.
You know what I mean? It's not always just we're pointing fingers. It's not always, oh man, let's make a guy bad guy. I'm saying, hey, I've lived that. I did these things, and yes, it was not the best situation, man. So yeah. But it looks like the chat is awake and they are out here. Shout out to the bro Barry and his peppermint mocha coffee. We definitely like that. But anywho, man, let us know, man, where you are tuning in from, man, so we can get this show started. And I see Trina Still Diva 5 saying she's making a peppermint mocha coffee right now as well. So shout out to the peppermint mocha.
When did that become a popular thing?
That's the thing, bro. It's like a holiday theme, though. It's kind of like when I think of the pumpkin spice latte, which I will say I have been getting because my cinnamon dolce latte, Starbucks hasn't had it available, so I've been extra bougie. I've been throwing my pinky up when I drink my pumpkin spice. I'm sorry, just it's what it is right now. So yeah, in fact, I'm gonna give y'all while we're getting the check-in started, I'm gonna give y'all a little sneak peek. So usually we do tropical smoothie Thursdays on the IG, right?
It's Wednesday.
Yeah,
okay.
So it's Wednesday
tomorrow.
Today, but tomorrow is usually tropical smoothie Thursday. So you follow me, you hit me up on the social. I have your Venmo up there, and I just send you $5 so you can get you a smoothie. Well, tomorrow we're changing it, man. Tomorrow we're going to Starbucks, baby. It's Starbucks season now, okay? Because the weather has broken officially, man. So it's got to be Starbucks time out there, and I'm excited because this pumpkin spice latte, man, I don't think you understand, bro. It's something about when the latte hits my taste buds. It just makes it liven up. So that's what I'm excited for tomorrow as well, baby.
Sounds good.
All right.
Now, do you think you're potentially going too mainstream with the Starbucks?
I don't care about it, man. Certain things are just too tasty, bro.
Because I felt like you
It's
had
way
that
too tasty,
connection
man.
with Smoothie King, that loyalty. Are they going to feel bad about that?
Not Smoothie King. See, Smoothie King is different.
Oh, yeah.
Smoothie. See, yeah.
Have you had Smoothie Kings? Have I seen you?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm always seeing you post stuff about smoothies.
I post tropical smoothie. I don't post Smoothie King.
Okay, I'm seeing things.
You know what I mean? It's levels to this thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But Starbucks is just awesome, man. So I can't help myself, bro. I just
What's
love
that?
Starbucks.
Is that going to last till December?
I don't know. Yeah, I play it by ear, actually, man.
Okay.
I play it by ear.
I'll be tuning in though.
Yeah, you can't go wrong either way.
I don't want to steal $5 from anyone though.
But you want to be stealing. It's a gift from the people, for the culture.
Oh, you might give it to me.
I might give it to you, all right? Yeah. You want it? Don't answer that.
I might go buy a Bills pack though.
Oh man, you wild. Definitely not picking you down, man.
I was gonna say you don't know what I'm using that
You know
$5
what
for.
I'm saying? Yeah, definitely. You are on the ban list, all right? But anywho, let's get this thing rolling, man, because like I said, we do want to make sure we get everything in here on time, man. But we got Brent Fox says tuning in from hashtag 214 to the 412. We got Stan Clare, the 905 Toronto. Then we got Jacob. Oh, actually, I shouldn't read off Jacob. You should read off Jacob.
You sure?
Yeah, because you always read them
fair.
off. I don't want to
That's
mess
fair.
that up. I'll go the Brobarian. The Brobarian 757 in here, y'all. Shout out. Let's go.
I can't find him. Oh, here we go. Jacob Malacio, 919 NC in the house as always.
Let's go.
Alien
Let's go.
emoji, throwing his hands up.
Oh, gotta have a little alien emoji,
like
man.
he made a field goal. The Brobarian 757.
Crib.
Always.
Let's go, man. We also have Bart Basquiato, Thousand Oaks, California, 805. We up early. Yes, we are. We got Christina and Maurice Christina and Maurice Johnson, the 623 Buckeye, Arizona. Love to see it, baby. Love to see it. We also have Zeke Shazier tuning in. He says he's at the gym in London.
Nice.
What time is it again?
Oh, man.
9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What time you got on the west side or the London side?
Plus 5 hours?
Oh, is that what?
Hold on. Plus 3. So what? 2:27?
Boom.
Am I wrong on that?
That sound about right.
Yeah, because 3 hours would be 12 and plus 2. So it's around 2:30 over there.
That sound about right, man. That sound about right.
Midday workout.
That sound about right, man.
Nice.
I like it. Susanna Pacheca says, Moats, 'tis the season for these holiday cups. That's at Starbucks. They do give them holiday cups. I do like that as well, bro. I'm a little bougie. I want all my little bells and whistles when I get my coffee, okay? Staying clear, shouting out Tim Hortons. That was actually the coffee that I first drank in Buffalo. Tim Hortons is like the Starbucks for Buffalo. Like, that's like their big thing up there, man. Yeah.
Where are those all at? Because they don't have any.
No,
around
they're
here.
like north. I think Canada as well, bro.
Oh, okay. Did
But
they
I know it's
have
big in
them
Buffalo, though.
up in Wisconsin? Am I wrong on that?
They might have been in Wisconsin. But Wisconsin also is still close to the border as well for
Right,
Canada.
that's what I'm saying.
So,
So maybe it is. Yeah, it's
because I had
everything north of
I
us.
had never saw him until I got to Buffalo, and I feel like that was the only place I've seen him, except when we went to Green Bay. Yeah,
okay.
it'd be fun if we checked like Detroit one day too, like just because of how it is in proximity.
Right.
All right, man. We still got some more coming in though. We got time for a little bit more. All right. And we also have Susanna tuning in from the 903 East Texas. EJ the 850 Monticello, Florida. I wonder if he's an island boy. I'm sorry. And then we got Robert Rose, the 330 Youngstown, baby.
Jimmy Dillon, the ATL 770. Dave Shipley, 321 Space Coast, Florida. John Batista tuning in from the toilet. Big Twink the man. Rochester.
Did you just say tuning in from the toilet?
He said it, yeah.
Yo, y'all, wow. I like it. Transparency, honesty. Let's get it.
Big Twink the man. Rochester, New York, 585. More transparency. Leah Warren saying she's just tuning in from her bed.
Sometimes you got to tune in from your bed. Sometimes you just got to kick your feet up. You know, nightgown still on. You be like, oh, let me see what's happening over here today with the fellas. I like it. Shout out.
DCTV's ripping on my fit. He says, Deke, it's too early for the taco meat, my guy.
Hey, man, some people like it in the morning. Come on now.
That could be fair.
Some people, they wake up and they want to just roll over right to that taco meat. You feel me?
I could see what he's saying.
Yeah,
I don't know if I agree, but
I thought J. Cole had a song about something in the morning. Yeah. Him and Drake was on it. It's always about, something in the morning. Can I get it in the morning? I want to be with you in the morning. Maybe it's the taco meat in the morning, man.
You want me to hit these super chats then?
Absolutely. Let's get it. And then we can start with topic numero uno, because this is a fun show today, man. I always love when we get to
this
preview
definitely
the games,
is.
man.
Let's go, UW. Morning from Salt Lake. Getting prepared for the Utah game Saturday with my Moats mug.
Okay.
With the Pro Bowl voting opening up, do you
Hey.
think the Pro Bowl should bring back the challenges they used to have?
Oh, like the weightlifting, the accuracy. You remember when I used to do it when dude, that would have been like,
I'll be honest with you, I don't even remember them getting rid of them.
Because that was back when you had the jerseys. Yeah,
I remember.
the crazy themed jerseys.
I remember.
Yeah, man.
I just really don't remember when they got rid of them. I have not paid attention to Pro Bowl festivities
They stopped it, dude.
that much.
It would have been about 5-6 years ago.
But yeah,
Because I remember
think
they were
should.
because they wanted to make it more competitive, and then they were like, "All right, we're gonna get rid of this," and they kept shifting the formats of like how they would pick the teams.
They
Then,
did the video games last year.
Yeah, it was
That
all
was
over the
terrible.
place, bro. It was all over the place. So I would like that, but another reason why they stopped doing the those type of drills was because guys were having like injury risk, and they were saying like, I know, especially with the bench press. I don't know who. I thought somebody got hurt when they were doing the bench press thing, but that's kind of the reason why they got away from some of those drills. But to me, I was like, I know when TJ was on his first Pro Bowl, they had the dodgeball thing.
Right.
And I'm like, man,
I think they did
you
that.
get hurt playing dodgeball too.
I think they did that most recently.
Yeah.
'Cause wasn't Cam Hayward a captain?
Yeah.
I don't know if he was a captain, but he
was
made
one of
like the
guys,
catch
like,
at the end of it.
Seriously, yeah.
From what I remember, at least.
So it's like they still do, or they did do some of that stuff. So yeah, it's just one of them things. I think that the big reason why they backed off of all of the other more fun drills was because of the injury risk. But like, I used to love the quarterback competition, like the throwing thing. Like even now when they show some of the older clips of it,
Cordell was in the one.
it's
He threw a
still
bomb.
dope, man. I remember, what was the cat from New Orleans? Achilles Smith. He was like super tall quarterback, man. And I remember watching him one time, and they're like, yo, this dude, he had a stronger arm than this guy and that guy. And you would have never thought it, but you see him in the competition, you're like, oh, he actually does. It's kind of cool here, man.
Yeah, it is cool seeing those retro highlights for sure.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't be opposed to it. I just don't care that much about the Pro Bowl, to be honest.
Well, yeah, it's watered down, man. Yeah.
So anything to do with, like, I'm not watching the dodgeball. I'm not watching the dudes play video games and stuff.
I'm definitely
That's just
not watching
me.
the video games.
I mean, I tried for a second. No, I didn't try for a second. I watched a second of the YouTube highlights the next day. I'm like, no, I'm done with this.
It's crazy, though, because people watch you play video games, though.
Right.
This is just the crazy concept of like, y'all gonna watch me play? I ain't trying to watch them play, though. I feel you on it, though.
Bro,
I feel you,
we
bro.
got
It's
LeGarrette
different.
Blount for the
For the
theme
pack?
team.
Okay.
Bro,
Let's go.
that's probably best running back in the game right now. Trucking.
He had the power like stupid. Footwork was nice too.
He sent Ronnie Lott into outer space yesterday with one of my trucks. Dude. I'll put the video up and you'll get to see it. Like I jumped out of my seat.
It was like that.
I'm dead serious.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's nice. The team's doing good though. We need some new corners now though.
All right.
It's like a revolving door. Once you drop certain cards, you can get ahead in certain areas, but then they forget about other areas. So the defense has been a little lackluster these past couple weeks. I can't stop anyone.
That's what we don't want.
Yeah.
That is what we don't want.
Jaron Dockery checking in from the 661, Peasy's hometown.
Hey, let's go, man. Was that Bakersfield? All right.
Last one, am I wrong? Rashawn
Yes, no, you
Jones?
should be good. Yep.
Injuries always hurt, but at the same time, you think it's kind of a good thing that these things are happening now. I don't. Get healthy to make a late run.
How far?
I would
is
just
late,
rather
though?
not get hurt.
Because I feel like we're kind of like teetering on the late portion now, right? I mean, because it's the midway.
Yeah, every game we got to win now. These are going to be
Yeah.
tough, especially at this point in the schedule.
But
I think that maybe would be a fair assessment to say how we had some of those injuries in weeks 2, 3, and 4.
correct. Yeah.
Maybe. I just don't want to get hurt. But if it's
I
going to
agree.
happen earlier at that point, now we're hitting a stretch run. I don't want any injuries because seeding's going to matter.
It is, man.
It's
It
a big
definitely
game right
is.
here. 2 AFC wildcard contenders right now. I mean, we still got a chance for the division,
Yeah.
but this could affect
And I
wildcard
wonder
seeding
for the
sure.
Chargers how far they are in terms of their division standings, because Kansas City can't be too. I mean, what Vegas?
I think are they 6-4 now? Kansas City's probably winning the division.
like it's crazy.
I think they are. Well, Broncos.
Do they got 4 wins or 4 losses or 5 losses?
Who?
The Chiefs.
4. I think they were 5-4.
Got you.
And I think they just beat the Raiders, so they're 6-4. They must have a bye coming up.
Yeah.
But yeah, 6-4.
I say so. I mean, even the Chargers still. This is crazy.
Let me see real quick. I do kind of want to double check, but yeah, all those teams I think are still in it. Yeah, Broncos are 5-5. They're last.
Okay.
Chiefs 6-4. Chargers 5-4. Raiders 5-4. So
they're
all those
literally
teams.
they're kind of like how we are in the AFC in the East.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Broncos are essentially the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
You have the Chiefs at 6-4, but the Ravens are at 6-4.
Yeah.
We're 5-3-1, so we're the second place team, and then Raiders 5-4. That's the Bengals. Yeah, it is
This
basically
crazy, bro.
the exact same.
But the one thing I will say this, in terms of Rashawn talking about the injuries, the COVID stuff I do think is good. Not in the sense of like you never want anyone to get it, but if certain players had to get it, at least they're getting it now, so you don't have to worry about them getting it potentially again later this season. So I do like
2-star players. Too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, key players in terms of both sides of the ball, quarterback and your safety. You definitely want both of those guys out there. So I do think that part at least is a silver lining in this whole situation as well, man.
And hopefully Ben's back this week because the whole silver lining we talked about going into the Lions game was like, all right, you know what? This is the one game. This is the one game it's going to happen. Fortunately, we tied because the only way you're saying that after the game is if we win.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, wow, Ben got some rest. We end up getting the win.
Absolutely.
But no, we end up tying.
But it wasn't a loss, though.
No, I guess so. Still feels terrible.
But it still feels kind of good. All right.
I think we're good on the chats then.
I like it then, man. I like it. All right, so let's get into this first topic, man. This is one that's going to be a little hot. We get a little spicy sometimes when it's early in the morning. All right, though. A certain player by the name of L. Bell was recently released by the Baltimore Ravens. And obviously, the Steelers find themselves in need of potential running back depth. Le'Veon Bell has shown a change of heart, a new leaf in terms of his willingness to be a part of a band and not be a solo artist.
Right.
That has been on display in Baltimore. So, with that being said, do we want L. Bell back in Pittsburgh to help out with this running back room, to help out with the depth? You know what? I think I should put a poll up as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is a good one right here.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like we're going to chop this thing up. We're going to poll it. It's a little early. I know Trina is in here. So, Trina, the poll is coming. Here we go. Should the Steelers sign L. Bell? Question mark. Ask the community. I just feel like we ain't pulled it up in a minute. You know,
We haven't.
Right, we ain't pulled it
Maybe
up in a
the
minute.
last couple we haven't.
Yeah,
You're
it's
right.
been a minute since we pulled it up, man. So we got
It's
the
a good
poll
one to
up,
do.
man. Poll early in the morning, poll on deck. Let's go, man. That's why the taco meat out, Mr. 13. Okay. So, Mr. 13. We've been talking about Najee's usage, right? What? I thought that's what you told me. Everybody in the streets was calling you right now, 13.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Here I was thinking it was Friday. I thought it was Friday, and it was like, no, that's just Deke. I was like, oh, I got it. That 13. Okay. So, with that being said, though, we've obviously talked about Najee's usage. That has been something that has been talked about a ton this season. Then even more so when we got the news about his foot, you know, just popping up on the injury report a week ago. Now, granted, he was still able to go out there in the game and play at an extremely high level, but it was still like what it's been in terms of not a lot of running backs being able to come in and spell him, being able to compliment him, and ultimately take some of the workload off of this man before it gets too bad. And then we obviously saw what L. Bell was able to do in Baltimore. Is actually scoring some touchdowns for them, man. But more so, the biggest thing for me when I was seeing L. Bell in Baltimore, just the change in philosophy. That was the knock on him, right? When he obviously left here. The question was, okay, how interested is he in playing ball? Then also, how interested is he in coming into a role where he wouldn't be the guy, where he wouldn't be, you know, RB1? Would he be open to that or not? And I know a lot of people were on the fence about that, but I do think what he did in Baltimore, even though it wasn't for the full season, it did show his willingness to be in this type of role. And then also, he looked like he was enjoying it at times. I mean, you talk about a guy, he was on practice squad.
You see his post. He's
he
posting
was
like a
excited
sob
about it.
story. Oh, man, thanks for everything.
Yeah.
You guys meant to me being a part of this organization. It's like, bro.
Like, seriously,
They
man.
didn't give you many opportunities, and they just cut you.
Like, but to me, like, watching him, like, you see him when he would score touchdowns for them, he was hype. Even when he was still on practice squad and they elevated other running backs ahead of him, he still was engaged with those guys, still never was going out there becoming a cancer or anything like that. So for me, when I saw that, I'm like, man, all right. Like, I kind of like this right here. I could see how he's turned over a new leaf. Now, I'm not 100% sure in terms of why they released him. I saw Freddie G187 asking that. I don't know 100%. I think
it was just to bring up someone else from a different position.
Yeah, because I was going to say a lot of times that is how it goes. It won't be necessarily this player is playing bad or he's a issue. But when you're talking about a guy that is in rotation with three other running backs, and of the rotation, he was definitely the third guy. Even though he was scoring and he still had a role, he was the third guy behind Murray and Freeman. So when you're talking about, hey, if we got an injury and I need an extra corner, we got an injury, I might need an extra lineman or a linebacker. Well, now we're going to start looking around and say, well, okay, can we pull from here? Can I get somebody from there? And that could have easily been it. Like I said, I don't know 100% because I don't know all the details on it. But in terms of why a guy could get released and it not be a negative, it could easily be that because it's in season and it's so much related to just game day roster. Since you have that limit on how many you can dress.
That's what I heard because the Ravens are actually still hopeful they sign Bell to their practice
squad, yeah.
Which, based off Bell's tweet, I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if he's letting that fly.
Well, it's just a different dynamic because when L. Bell first came in the league, the rules were still how they were when I was in the league. Practice squad was for year 1 and year 2 guys, and it was pretty much for guys that weren't good enough to be on an active roster, guys that needed to be developed. Honestly, I remember telling myself when I got drafted, like, I could never be on a practice squad because it was just always viewed as JV, not good enough. Whereas now, because of the COVID, rules and stuff like that, they've changed that dynamic. So now practice squad is not a bad thing. It's like, hey, we don't have a spot for you right now, but stay here because we're going to bring you back, however many weeks or however we want to do it. And it's no longer dependent on your age or your skill level. So that's the only thing with L. Bell, even though he might not want to right now. I could see him easily changing his mind because I'm sure he didn't want to go on their practice squad earlier in the season either.
Yeah.
And he was up there for a couple of weeks, but it's just a different perception with practice squad now with the rules being changed. Whereas beforehand, nobody wanted to be on practice squad because you just felt like, bro, I'm nice. Like, I'm supposed to be out there. I'm supposed to be on the active roster. Like, don't play me like that. So, yeah.
To piggyback off what you were saying with Le'Veon Bell kind of accepting this role with Baltimore, that was one of the concerns I had whenever we were talking about bringing Le'Veon Bell in after we drafted Najee Harris. Before, I was all for it because James Conner was a free agent. Didn't look like we were re-signing him. The best RB we had was like Benny Snell. So why not bring in Le'Veon Bell? He would be our RB1 right now, and it would be a cheap contract. After we signed Najee, it's like, nah. We know Le'Veon Bell's history here with Pittsburgh, the type of running back he was. Let's let Najee Harris carve out his own path, establish himself. But at this point,
that path has been established.
It's definitely established. Definitely established.
He done carved up, motherfucker.
And Le'Veon Bell has obviously made it known that he's cool being a role player. He's cool with being a backup running back. And right now, who would you rather have? Him, Kalen Ballage, Benny Snell, or Anthony McFarland?
That's for me the part that you bring up where I'm just like, when you're comparing him to Benny or Kalen Ballage, it's no different than when we talked about the Odell situation. It's like we're comparing Odell to a guy like Ray McCloud or James Washington in some of those instances. And even though you might not like a player's mentality, it's like you can't sit here and say that player isn't better than those players, because Bell is. I mean, this track record speaks for itself with that situation.
100%. And even though his numbers don't look that good this year, one, lack of opportunities. Two, there were questions beforehand with the Ravens how the fit would be because of Le'Veon Bell's running style.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, with their system...
He showed that, though. He showed that he could fit there a little bit.
Exactly. Like, he had the one game in Week 9 against the Vikings, 11 rushes, 48 yards, and a touchdown. So that just goes to show, I don't think he's completely washed up. Now, maybe my initial take of he still has it fully, maybe that's a little bit wrong, but even what I saw from the Chiefs last year, I just thought it was more based off lack of opportunity, because when he got the ball, he was making dudes miss. He looked pretty fine to me, so I think it's definitely a worthwhile look for us.
Yeah, for me, man, I would love... Well, I won't say love. I would like it a lot just because I'm biased, first off, because I shared the locker room with the dude. That's my guy. I would like it a lot more if we didn't already have a Najee Harris. Because for me, think about when we talk about change of pace, right?
They are very similar.
Right. And that's my thing. Like, when I think of L. Bell, I'm like, obviously he's diminished, right? He's no longer the L. Bell that we knew and loved, could do it all, perfect back. So to me, I'm saying to myself, is he an upgrade over Benny Snell or Kalen Ballage? I do think as a complete player, but a guy that can still block, a guy that can still catch consistently, a guy that can get you some tough yardage. But the reason why I personally win it is because I feel like he fits that same mold of what we already have in our depth chart. Like, I want a change of pace guy, a speed guy, right? And that's why we're so high on McFarland, because it's like he gives us something different. Because the feeling I get right now is when Najee comes out, number one, I feel like it lets the defense off the hook, because you're running the same plays with guys like Benny Snell and Kalen Ballage that you would with Najee, but they're Najee light. They're Najee diet. You know what I mean? So it's like they don't hit the hole as hard. They don't make as many guys miss. They're not as, physically imposing. And I'm like, with L. Bell checks some of those boxes a little bit more, but even he isn't what Najee is. So once again, I feel like if Najee's coming off and they're putting one of those three guys out there to do the same thing, I'm going to feel a little let down. Matter of fact, the feeling that I feel seeing Najee come off the field for Benny Snell or Kalen Ballage, or even if this case, the hypothetical, it would be L. Bell, it's kind of how you feel when you see them take the quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
And then they're like going to run a fade, going to go wildcat. Like, yo, if you're going to do that, just keep my guy out there. That's how I feel when I see, us run some of these plays with Benny Snell or Kalen Ballage, or if it was going to be L. Bell. I'm like, I don't want that. Just run it with Najee. If L. Bell was a speed back, I would be 100% for it, regardless of the history, because I do think we need an extra piece back there, because it's only a matter of time before, man, the wheels will literally fall off of that kid in terms of Najee. But to me, L. Bell, he just still fits what we currently already have. And that's my only issue. That's my only reason why I wouldn't say to do it, just because I think we still need some type of change of pace, some type of speed element.
Well, McFarland just needs to be healthy.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Because I'm more than willing to give him opportunities, but if he's not on the field, that's why I think Le'Veon Bell, I'd be 100% good with, because of the whole Najee Harris injury situation. if he goes down or he's missing like a game or two, I'd much rather have Le'Veon Bell out there
100%.
with Ben. But like, I just don't know how that dynamic's going to work then with the
Yeah.
roster. We bring him in. Do we cut Balaj? We cut Snell. Snell's
Snell's gonna use
performed on special teams.
So
Yeah, exactly.
it would have to be Balaj just based on the hierarchy of that, or they would go to a different position. But you wouldn't want to keep 4 RBs. Now you could do maybe practice squad, but my thing would be this: with what you were saying in terms of if Najee were to go down, when I think of it is like, would I want to bring in L. Bell ahead of time
just for that,
or do you wait until it happens and then you start to act accordingly after the fact? That's my only thing, because I say to myself, L. Bell, if he's in Baltimore this whole time, L. Bell is going to continue to get reps. He's going to continue to at least be getting practice reps, right? In terms of him being on the practice squad. And as a practice squad player, you can sign them whenever you want to. So if he's on somebody's practice squad, I still feel good that, hey, if 3 weeks from now Najee were to go down, we can pick him up off the practice squad, implement him, and he'll be good to go. Because for L. Bell, I don't think it takes much for him to pick this up. And he already speaks a language that Ben speaks. So I think that those two will be able to get on the same page a lot faster. But in terms of, if he's just sitting now, if he doesn't sign with anyone, and we're talking 3-4 weeks down the line, and now Najee goes down, hopefully it doesn't happen. But if that were the case, now I feel a little bit more hesitant, because it's like, well, you haven't been getting actual like football reps. You haven't been doing actual like football plays, the cuts, because it's just different. Even as a practice squad guy versus an active roster guy, though, I would still take a practice squad guy that's been getting reps over a guy that's just been sitting at home for a couple of weeks, just because it's different, So for me, I don't know if I want to act proactive, in this sense, versus like with Najee, I still kind of want to wait, but I really would feel a lot better if McFarland was available sooner rather than later.
Yeah, exactly. Because even what game did he play? Was it 2 weeks ago? Was it in the Browns
game?
game?
Browns game. Mm-hmm.
Did he get 1 touch, 1 carry or something? Just seeing him out there made the offense look a little bit different, because we didn't really feature him, but it was like, all right, this is cool to see McFarland. I like seeing that speed out there, but then he's out again this week. I don't even know why. Yeah. Is it because he was hurt?
Let me see.
I don't think so.
What they're saying with him.
Randomly inactive. I didn't see any other reports on him. Because you're right. If McFarland's good and he's taking maybe, 5 carries? Mm-hmm. Not even that. 5 snaps away from Najee.
We don't, like I said, we're not asking for much.
We don't really need to push for Le'Veon Bell, I guess. The thought I had, though, was whenever Mason made that little dump offer, he tried to dump it off to Balaj. I was like, damn, you know what, man? That should be Le'Veon Bell. If you're going to have a second running back in there, I would like to see Le'Veon Bell.
Go to L. Bell, Deke. Stop playing games.
But then you look, and how many snaps did the combination of Balaj and Snell get on offense last week? Was it 2 or 3?
Tops, yeah. But that was another reason why I was like, man, we are riding Najee.
That's what I mean. So if you bring in Bell, do you make it a priority to make sure he gets 7 snaps, 10 snaps?
Right.
Or do you just keep it like this? Because if you keep it like this, then it's not worthwhile to bring in Bell. Right. But if you bring him in and it's like, all right, we're making it a point to take some of the workload off Najee, I still think it's worth it a little bit. I think
if you make it a point, it makes sense. But at some point, you're going to have to dial Najee back a little bit. Not a ton, but
if it's McFarland, I'm fine with that then. I would like to see McFarland getting a chance. And I'm not even opposed. Whenever we were talking about Najee potentially being down, I think Balaj would have a chance. I just have more faith in Bell with his familiarity with the Steelers and Ben and stuff.
Well, and you got to think in terms of just career-wise. One player in terms of those 3 guys, L. Bell, Balaj, and Benny Snell, one guy was a all-pro for a reason. One guy has done this for multiple years at a high level, and even on the back end of his career, still showing key attributes: ball security, catching the ball, hitting the hole. Like, these are all qualities that we don't take for granted here in Pittsburgh, because we've seen with Benny Snell, one of the knocks on him is ball security. We know, you know what I mean? Like, we talk about catching. Like, those are some of the things where you're like, man, well, at least we know this guy. Like, this has been proven on multiple places, multiple years, multiple stops. That hasn't changed. So that is the other reason why I'm like, I could definitely understand it and it makes sense. I want to change. I want a little speed though, man. But,
just get McFarland on the field then.
But like you said,
You didn't see anything on his injuries?
I didn't. I just looked at the updated injury report.
I swear it was just him being inactive.
Yeah, because he's not on the updated injury report right now. It was just Ben, because it's off of yesterday. Yeah, off of yesterday's report. And today's Wednesday, so they have their first official practice. But Dotson and TJ are listed as questionable. Mink and Ben are listed as out right now because of the COVID. And then Claypool is questionable as well.
Yeah, all I see, Anthony McFarland scratch. So I got to assume that's, whenever you say scratch,
that's like a healthy scratch, yeah.
That's usually what it means.
Mm-hmm. That's no different with what's happening with Banner. When he wasn't dressing his way, just be a healthy scratch.
Did they see something in the Browns matchup they like with McFarland and didn't see in the last game against the Lions?
Maybe he was on his phone in warm-ups, bro. Let me stop. I'm sorry.
You might be right.
I'm sorry. Y'all they gonna get me in trouble today.
So we're both for it.
Yeah. Let's see what the chat say though, man. It's been going on for a little while. 181 votes. Man, 50. It's close.
It is close.
52% says the Steelers should sign L. Bell back. 47% saying no. Interesting.
I thought it would be close.
I did too, man. I definitely did too, man.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I could see it lean a little bit more, yes, just because of what Le'Veon Bell meant to Pittsburgh for an extended period of time.
Well, see, I can see people saying no because of how the exit was. I was like, oh, they might be a little hot.
Should we see what they would say if the question is, should the Steelers trade for AB? I think it would be more yes.
I'm voting yes. I definitely would
I think it would be more yes, actually.
I definitely would vote yes.
The reason I say that is AB's exit was a lot more disastrous than Bell's.
It absolutely was, but he still has shown that he can get it done at a high level. If he can get his ankle right.
Right.
Because he's been hurt. He's missed, 3 games in a row now?
Yeah. Yeah, he's been having a good season, too.
I like, hey, Logan Newman, man, don't be coming at my At the Whistle shirt. This is one of my At the Whistle shirts, one of the Steelers things we be doing. But see, I got Steelers official business I got to do today, all right? I got big time interviews I got to conduct. I got to act all professional. So that's why I got this on, all right? But I do rotate my shirts. Don't be trying to play me like that. I might have had this one on this week, though. I think I did. Whatever, typically, I might, don't you, shush. Keep it a secret. Calling me out like that, Logan.
Lewis Eskridge says Bell would fit the situation we're dealing with perfectly.
Yeah.
Sports World PA says McFarland, Snell are not NFL running backs, and they've proved every chance if they've got me. I don't know what he's saying, but I think he doesn't believe they belong in the NFL.
And every time they've acted like they did, he's been got. They fooled him.
Yeah, there it is.
Because like that, we talk about like the Giants game, for example, for Benny Snell, where he's like balling out, you believe it, then he puts him on the ground.
Bengals game.
Yeah. Kalen Ballage, I mean, he's flashed at multiple places, but he's bounced around as well now.
McFarland had his best game. I think it was his first game against the Broncos.
Ooh, you might be right.
It was like 10 carries, 7-8 carries, 40-something yards.
I thought you were going to say it was the Cowboys game.
No, but then that was one of the consequential games after the Broncos game, and we got last year.
We did.
We were having conversations. McFarland, more snaps, different dynamic.
Yeah, man.
And then whenever he did, it was bad. It was bad after that Broncos game.
It definitely was, man.
But he looked good in preseason, by all accounts, in training camp too.
We will see, man.
And he looked fine in the Browns game, even though there wasn't too much to it.
I just hope, like I said, he could just stay healthy and ultimately not be a healthy scratch. Like, that's the thing, man. A guy like him, because of how one-off he is in terms of his skill set with the guys that we currently have in that running back room, he's a guy that should never not have a helmet on. And that's, if you're McFarland, that's got to be your mentality. Like, yo, it should never be a game that you're, not dressing, because you have a skill set that is super unique and you got to show it every single day in practice. When they put that ball in, he be like, that's why we have that guy. That's why he dresses. Otherwise, you become, and it's not a shot because it's another one of my dudes, Dre Archer. You become him. He was a great speed guy, but he didn't play to that speed. He wasn't, working on developing it enough, and that's why the exit happened the way that it did. But McFarland is like, all right, you're essentially the 2.0 version, a little bit thicker, a little bit more defined as a running back, but you got to show that you're worth it. And that's the thing that we haven't seen just yet, but hopefully this could be the week for him, man. All right, let's get back to these supers. And then go ahead.
Interesting question. Do you think Ben would want Bell back?
I do only in the sense of because it will help him win. And knowing Ben, winning is always going to be the main thing for him. Even if he has an issue with the guy personally, if he feels like this guy can help him win, he will put it aside because he wants to win. That is never in question with 7. Now, the method might be in question in terms of, how he puts it to the side. But at the end of the day, it's going if he feels like that guy can help him win, he wants him there.
Okay.
Yeah. So even and that's the same conversation can be said about AB as well, right? As nasty as it was on the way out, if AB and Ben felt like, hey man, if we get back together, we can make this thing work, 7 for a fact would do what it takes to make it work.
Damn.
He would,
AB,
bro. He would, man.
1-year contract.
He would. But the thing is, I don't know AB's side though. I personally think it's different. I think that for Ben would be more open and more not sympathetic, but he would just be more open to a conversation, to hearing it both ways. And I think L. Bell would as well. With AB, I'm not 100% sure. And
you
AB
have heard some things from AB though recently,
yeah, but
right?
and AB has had more. He's actually left and had big success. He wouldn't won a Super Bowl, so I think his mindset in terms of how he would be coming back to this situation with 7 would be night and day compared to L. Bell, who left and he kind of hit the opposite end, right? If AB left and it went to the roof, L. Bell kind of went to the cellar a little bit in terms of their stock. So for AB, his mindset might be, bro, I won a Super Bowl. I'm still nice. I don't need nothing that y'all talking about. You still ain't coming to my crib. And if it's L. Bell, he might be like, hey, look, bro. I mean, I kind of like Big Ben 7 on Twitter, Like, I'll follow it back. I retweet you, I like your pictures. Like, L. Bell might come on that energy, and it'll be good.
What if we're willing to pay AB a little bit more chunk of change?
Now that could make it interesting.
Featured?
No, that 100%, and not even in the sense of saying he's featured or not. The money,
because what do you get, $5 or $6 million with the Bucs?
Like the Steelers could pay more, but once again, you have to remember when AB left, different than L. Bell. L. Bell, when he left, it was more he took a shot at Ben, and that was it. When AB left, he went at Ben. He went at Coach T. He went at the Rooneys. Like, bruh, he went at everybody but me and you. Just think about that, man. He went at everybody. He was, you get a shot. Boom. You get a shot. Boom. Oh, what you say? You with that shit, man? Boom. Like, that's what he was on when he left out of here, man. I was over here ducking like, Lord, AB, chill, fam. Chill. I'm with you. Chill. Yeah, man.
I think there's a case. I think there's a case. AB, you come back. We feature you. Give you the money. Ben comes back next year. Yeah. Let's finish it how it's supposed to be. Man, it ain't happening, bro. It's not happening. I'm not even about to. It's not happening. We know this. Where you at on the super chats?
I am at just past Black and Martyr because he was the last one.
I'm gonna let's go, you dub.
Or no, actually, I am above that. I'm on Dave Shipley. Oh, here we go. Dave Shipley. Here we go. Because we'll read through these and we'll go to the game breakdown or preview. All right. Dave Shipley says, tying is like kissing your sister. Not good. Bro. Okay. So on my other radio show, right? My co-host is a West Virginia guy. West Virginia Mountaineer, like an alum. I had never heard kissing your sister until he told me. So first I'm like, bro, is this like a West Virginia thing? Like, what's going on? So he tries to give me this long spill about it. Oh man, he actually started in the Navy. And I was like, oh, all right. No comment.
He knows too much about it.
It's like, no comment. But what is this kissing your sister? Do you say that when it's a tie?
No.
I've never said I've never thought about kissing my sister. And at least he left it at kissing your sister. My man was like, my radio guy, he was like more specific. He was like, yo, it's like kissing your sister on the mouth. I'm like, what are we doing? Deke, you got a sister. Would you kiss your sister on the mouth, man?
No.
Have you ever kissed your sister on the mouth?
No.
I can't. That statement that y'all be throwing out, I don't know who be saying or what. Man, y'all got to chill with that, man. Y'all got to chill on kissing your sisters. Halima. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if a tie's like that.
I don't know.
I think a tie's a little better than that.
I would hope it is, because I didn't lose. If I'm kissing my sister, I feel like something's clearly wrong. And I love my sister. Love her. But, dude, I'm not kissing my sister on the left. Not a chance, bro. It's not happening, man. It's not happening. Shout out to the homie West, though. But West be wilding with that. It's like kissing your sister on the lips. Like, what? Say, who? Don't ever do that again. But I like it though, man. I like it. Like I said, maybe it's a W thing. I don't know. Next time TG on, because he's another West Virginia guy. I'll let you ask him as a hell to pick guy, or power to pick, however y'all going today. You know?
Oh, dude, it don't matter.
Yeah, man.
We're what 8-2 right now. I think.
Dude. Yeah, you
ask
him,
ACC
like,
championship.
Is that
you can
a
say
West
whatever
Virginia
you want.
thing where y'all kiss y'all sisters on the mouths? I just need to know. We're curious at times. All right. Black and Martyr. Next, we got Black and Martyr. Shout out to Black and Martyr. He says, just chipping in. Hope the so-called Manning curse somehow gets the Chargers since Rivers was on the show. Maybe they'll luck out and the Colts will take the L. Now, I have heard that.
I don't know anything about it.
So, on Monday Night Games, you know they got the
I know about
cash,
that,
right?
Yeah.
So, the rumor has been going on that anybody that's appeared on the show, that following week they played bad. So, like Josh Allen, he was on the show, then they had the Jags game.
Really?
Yeah. It was like, and it's been a couple other quarterbacks same thing. Like
Russ?
It was on the show. Yeah, it was like he was on the show, either got hurt, or was on the show, played bad. So they're like, is this a Brady curse thing?
Did Brady play bad? Was it the same?
I don't know if it was the same. Because it was after the ball and out game. Because remember they had to talk about what they would have gave up for that touchdown ball, and it was because he came on after that. Yeah, so yeah, but that's why people are saying it's a little.
They're saying with Rivers being on,
that
it'll
it
be
should.
The Chargers.
Yeah, maybe it'll like go over. So yeah.
That'd be nice.
Absolutely.
That would definitely be nice.
And the Colts as well. You know, it hit them both ways.
Who are they playing? We'll find out tomorrow when we make our picks.
Absolutely. So that's that whole thing. And which one are you on?
I'm on. I think I'm good. Let's go, UW.
Perfect.
Am I right?
Yep, you're good. Yep.
So did Yins hear about the Fenway Group buying out the pens from Mario?
Shout out to Bron.
I did hear about that.
Shout out to Bron, ladies and gentlemen. The Fenway Group. They own what is it? Liverpool. That's what it is. Liverpool soccer club or football club, excuse me. And that's was it Red Sox? Not Bruins. I don't know if it's the Bruins. Definitely,
it can't be the Bruins if they're buying the Pens, right? That's got to be
correct.
Some type of,
definitely. But Red Sox are now the Pens. But LeBron James is a part of the Fenway Group, ladies and gentlemen. So I was just a little excited about it because I'm a LeBron James guy. So if I become a season ticket holder for the Pens, just know it's because I'm supporting ownership. I'm an ownership guy all of a sudden. I don't know if y'all realize that. Big ownership guy. Big ownership guy. Yeah.
From what I've heard, Lemieux would still have some minority stake in it.
Yeah, he's not leaving completely, but he will have a small stake. So
as long as they don't leave Pittsburgh, I'm fine with it.
Well, they said it's not going to be a concern about leaving Pittsburgh because of the stadium, the arena agreement and contract. So you're good there. The biggest question though, before we knew Lemieux was going to be staying, was whether or not they would keep Sid, Malkin, and the crew, because the way the Fenway Group operates is more business oriented. So, for example, right, they got the Red Sox. Who did they trade this offseason? You know what I mean? They went on and did his thing and the World Series and stuff like that. Mookie Betts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was like, and they traded him right in the heat of it. And you're like, bro, what are you doing? But for them, they looked at it as business. Man, we want to do this, and this. So I know a lot of people, like when the news was first coming out, that was the rumblings of, okay, if no Lemieux is there, why would they feel they need to be loyal and Sid has to end his career in Pittsburgh? Why do they feel like Malkin or this guy has to end his career in Pittsburgh? But now with Lemieux being there, they're saying that, all right, we feel a little bit better that at least should happen.
Yeah, I feel like it should too. And Crosby's still one of the best players in the league.
No, I agree. But I think Mookie Betts was as well. And they was like, yo, and they're in and that wasn't even in a cap league.
Yeah, as long as they don't leave Pittsburgh, I'm good with it. And I heard some of the positives would be just potential resources they could bring to the table too.
Absolutely. Because like I said, they run it like a business. So it's gonna be lucrative. But some of the pieces they might not feel that type of connection and attachment to. That's the only thing.
They got to bring back those Robo Pen jerseys too.
Oh. What about the blue one that you wear in here every once in a while?
What blue one? Oh, you know what? They never wore that.
They didn't?
They never wore that jersey.
Oh, no. I didn't know that, man.
That's just like a one-off.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
And we always talk about like the script one.
The blue ones.
That one.
That's what we should do. We should just become the Oregon Ducks of hockey and just wear all of our jerseys. Because I swear to God, if you look at the Penguins jersey lineage, we might have the best jerseys in all sports.
I agree,
I'm being dead serious. You have those ones going across like that. They have those baby blue ones.
Yeah.
The navy blue Winter Classics. You have even yellow ones from Lemieux's time. They're like gold.
The Stadium Series one where it's like the black, almost like a color rush. It looks like, yeah.
They have that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I already mentioned the diagonal, the Robo Pens ones, the Crosby era black and gold ones, where it was actual gold, not like the dark yellow that we call gold.
Is that yellow? Is that gold? What is that?
But the jerseys we have now are pretty much the same ones that Lemieux was rocking in the 90s. But yeah, we have, I swear to God, the best collection of jerseys in sports.
I like it, man. I like it. All right.
We got one more, I think.
A couple more, actually.
Michael Brooks.
Yep. Yeah,
Imagine split back formation with Bell and Najee. That was something I thought about, too.
But that's going to be a headache for the defense. I'll tell you that. Because them boys both coming downhill.
Then we got an upper room, remember?
Oh, no, it was two more from Mikhail, though. From Michael.
There's two more still.
Yeah, Michael had 3 in a row.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he did 3 back-to-back, yeah.
Damn it, dude. Oh, here it is.
Yep.
So, C. Deke, Chad agrees, can't defend it. What's that about? There's one before that. There's one before that. No, I'm lost.
There's one after that.
There's one after the chat one.
Yeah.
Oh, Moats, give me Rooney and Bell number. I'll fix this.
All right. Oh, well, I'm going to pull something else out of that pocket. Lord, that could have been bad.
What was he talking about with the chat?
No, he's talking about when we pulled up the what we want L Bell back.
The chat agreed with us, though.
Yeah,
right?
it was like 52%, though. Maybe that's what he's saying.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Too much of a polarization there.
Hey, man. He is polarizing. But we do have, this is on me now, an upper room member, if you're ready. Felicia Ballard. Welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It's always nice to see you joining, in the morning. Makes it feel like you really wanted to be here. We appreciate you. Enjoy yourself. Yes, indeed. All righty. So, with that being said, we'll pay a bill and then we'll get this preview started. Now, what's the bill we said we paying today, Deke? Do you remember?
I don't. You might have to check that calendar.
Oh, man. Come on, Deke. You supposed to remember these things, man. It is, drum roll, please. Handy dandy calendar, please. We are good to go, please. Manscaped. Shout out to Manscaped. The leaders in below the waistline grooming. Not only, do they do what they're supposed to do for your dangly twins, but they are safe. You feel me? In terms of waterproof, you can use them in the water. They have a light so you can see. This is Lawnmower 4.0 I'm referring to. I mean, it's just top notch. And we've talked about their new products, that 2-in-1 shampoo, conditioner. Gotta have a shampoo and conditioner. And you have to couple that with the body wash, all right? So that way you can get your head, you can get your shoulders, that body wash, you get your knees and your toes, as we've already told you numerous times, okay? And anytime, when you manscape, sometimes you got a little excess hair, right? They might roll off. Well, when you use the body wash, they can get the rest of it off as well. And then when you get out the shower and you get all dressed and you got your taco meat showing out, you just hit it with that little cologne. And you'd be good to go. But as we always do when we talk about products, we have promo codes. Because if you don't have promo codes, what do you have in this world? All right. So the promo code is Moats. Use that, man. You will get 20% off of your purchase along with free shipping worldwide. That made it sound like real big, right?
Yeah.
Worldwide.
I think it should be. Manscaped's doing some good things.
Absolutely, they are. And the fact that they're rolling with us means that we're going to roll with them, and we're glad to have them on board. So shout out to Manscaped. And trust me on this one, man. Your delicate twins, they'll thank you. All right. So now we can get to the body view. And you know how we always start this thing, man. Likes, dislikes, baby.
Sure.
Now I wonder, since we always start with 3 things that we like first, since we just had a tie game.
I think we did dislikes last time. I think we started with dislikes.
No. We didn't start with dislikes. We still did likes, but I think you went first, though. Yeah, you went first.
I don't recall. Honestly, I could even be wrong on which one we started with, so you probably shouldn't trust me.
Mason won last week, though. He did win last week. He didn't lose last week, so, it's kind of like you won. Kind of like you lost, though, huh? It's kind of like you won, though. It's depending on how you want to lean. I want to lean more to the kind of like you won side. Because the streak is still alive, bro. We haven't lost yet.
I felt more depressed than positive after that game.
But it's still 5 weeks without a loss on our record. Just remember that.
Yeah.
Consecutive.
Yeah, it just 0-8 Lions at home still. And we did have injuries, but just felt like we should have won. Really did.
So you know what? Then let's get into what we liked. Then we'll get into what we don't like. Then, all right. Let's go. Don't like today. Okay. For the culture, you want to go first?
Sure.
All right. Give it to us the right way.
This one's pretty easy. This is probably the most glaring thing that's going on with the Chargers right now. You want to talk about our missed tackles, some of our struggles in the running game?
Bruh.
And you mentioned what would it look like if Najee Harris went up against our defense. We might get a chance right here.
Bruh.
And actually a worse version of that with the Chargers. Because they lead the league in missed tackles.
Bruh, it's bad.
And our second to last in rush defense, no matter what metrics you want to look at. I mean, they're bottom of the barrel right now. Bro.
It's bad.
Yeah, teams are running all over them. So that's number one.
Mm-hmm.
Their rush defense, you can't like. Their missed tackles, you can't like.
Yeah. For me, you said the missed tackles. I had their run defense. Bro. Guys are coming downhill when they're playing this defense, man. And they're getting 3-4 yards for they're getting touched at times. Now, I don't know if our O-line is to the level of some of these other O-lines, but they can't be that much off. That's all I'm saying. This is definitely one of those ones where I'm really excited about seeing how our O-line plays in the run game. Like, because they struggle, like in a big way, man. They struggle. And like you said, they cannot tackle. It is bad. Like, I hope this isn't one of those games where we're like, which team, tackles the worst? And we're like, oh, we got 15 missed tackles. Oh, we got 17 missed tackles. Like, God, I don't want to see that.
Number two, I'll be honest with you. I was struggling to come up with a dislike list because...
You like them a lot, man.
No, I just don't think there's anything to dislike that much.
There's nothing glaring.
Yeah, there's nothing glaring. I guess maybe you can say from some of the stuff I read, even some of the stuff I watched, did they get a little too conservative at times on offense? Justin Herbert checks down a little bit too much. Some people have been complaining about that, but that's what I'll say is my second. Maybe they could be airing it out more, let Justin Herbert take some more chances as opposed to some of his checkdowns, because people have been complaining about his yards per attempt over these past however many games. So that'll be my number two.
See, that's the funny part. You say you would have aired out a little bit more. I'm over here like, I still feel like they rely too much on just throwing it. Even when they do go to the pseudo, we're going to go check downs. For me, I think that Austin Eckler, like, he gets good. I think he's over 500 yards, 550 on the ground. I'm like, I want to see them utilize him more to take some of it off of Justin Herbert, because I feel like Herbert at times is trying to do too much. In some of these throws, you're like, bro, you are taking some crazy chances with the ball. Like, I love the confidence that he has, but at times I just feel like it's a little too much. And that's why he's had some of the turnovers that he's had as well. I mean, you look at the interceptions and they're kind of high, but you watch him play and it's like he's going to make some outstanding throws, some throws where you're just like, bro, I don't know how you fit that ball in there.
I remember one Eagles game, I think he's rolling out to the right and dude's got a cross the other side of the field. Dude. It was on the money. It was a great throw.
He makes some crazy throws, but then you'll see him take too much of a chance and you're like, bro, you got to dial it back a little bit. So I think that's also when I say like too line of the pass, that's also what I'm referring to, is just like a little bit of his arrogance with his arm, but also just, man, play a little bit more through Eckler to take some of that pressure off him so he doesn't feel like he has to be Superman every game.
I think what I'm talking about is like them dialing up some better. Yeah, I think like actually we go hand in hand.
That's what I'm saying. We're on the same page.
If you're running the ball, you're able to dial up more stuff for deep shots as opposed to just dropping back, and having Herbert run around.
We're going to substitute our run by quick little dump off, or just like you're putting it to it. The more you do that, the more risk you run. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things, even when we talk about 7, it's like, yo, just dial it back. Now, with Herbert, maybe you could say he doesn't need to dial it back as much, but to me, I just think if you minimize a little bit of that, he will be a lot more efficient. Because he's still super talented, but the efficiency isn't always there this season.
Is that your 2? What do you got for 2?
That was my second one. The just too light on the pass at times.
Okay. Now, this one might be a stretch for my 3. Because I don't know. I feel like their secondary is good. You could say the whole COVID stuff, but that's something that we're dealing with too, like some of their injuries and everything. Real, though. I feel like they've gotten better on the offensive line, especially opposed to last season. They got good weapons. They got Jared Cook. Austin Eckler's nice. cornerback secondary is pretty decent. So
they're not gonna have no Bosa though.
Well, I was gonna say we already talked about like their rush defense and their missed tackles. So I don't want to like belabor it and say like, oh man, the front seven and stuff. I kind of feel like we already touched on that. So I will say where they're located, LA. We're about to take over the stadium. Like that's something you can't like about the organization. What they got going on right now.
He went at the whole time.
A home game is an away game for them almost every time.
You better watch out. TMZ know when you landed, man. They're going to run up on you, bro.
I've been even hearing this for other teams that have been coming in. I don't think it's just Steeler related. Like I heard this for the Patriots game. There was like a ton of Patriots fans out there because it's like a destination place. And I don't really think they have a base there. Chargers have always been San Diego, right? Have they ever been LA?
From my understanding,
whereas like Raiders have been
Raiders
LA.
and Rams have been LA. Yeah.
So yeah, that's something I would not like if I was the Chargers right now.
No, I could definitely 1,000% understand that, man. For me, my third thing, I like how you went location. That's clean. I'm gonna say pass protection though. Have they improved the O-line? They have, but I still feel like you can get after this group at times. Now, who's the right tackle? He's the one for me because I know Slater. Slater is actually like. I like him a lot. Rashawn
He's got a unique name.
Yeah,
the guy on the right tackle.
Storm Norton. That's who it is. Yeah, because it was supposed to be Brian Balaga, but obviously he's on injury reserve. But yeah, Storm. Oh shoot, I forgot. I don't know what TJ we're getting this weekend.
Or if we're even getting him.
Yeah, because the whole time I was watching, I'm like, bro, TJ is going to feast. This is going to be a TJ game. I'm excited about this.
We're not going to know any news right now either. We might know tomorrow.
Yeah, there you go. But pass protection to me, just because it's like I said, they've improved a lot. They definitely have, but they can still get beat. They still have some leakiness, and a part of that is because of the volume, the amount of times they're dropping back to throw some of these passes. I do think that puts that group in a little bit of a bind, but they have improved. It's not like I was a year ago where they were just like absolutely atrocious. It's not like that. But to me, when I'm thinking of Cam Hayward versus Matt Fowler, like Matt, that's my guy, former Steeler. This is a matchup that Cam should dominate though. Like realistically, like that's one where he should dominate that, and he's gonna see him for 4 quarters. Alex Highsmith versus the rookie Rashawn Slater. I think that's gonna be a really good matchup.
Yeah,
Alex has been playing well, but Rashawn has been looking good. A high pedigree guy,
Alex been going up against some good left tackles though.
He has though. He definitely has. But I will say, I don't think he's faced a guy like Rashawn just yet. Like he would have had that chance.
He caught Decker coming off this injury.
Yeah, and then we talked about Dwayne Brown, who's still a good player, but older compared to these guys. I mean, he's a decade plus in. You know what I mean? So this one is going to be good, though, to see him versus this guy right here. You know what I mean? In terms of Slater, because Slater, young, could move. I thought that in terms of Highsmith versus, what was the cat in Cleveland?
Who they have? Is it Wells on the left tackle?
Jedrick, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I thought that was good competition right there, but like this is gonna be a really good matchup right here. Like I want to see how he responds to it, man. Because if he can make this look like how it's been looking these past couple weeks, we might be on to something serious.
Yeah, I like this matchup. It could be
something serious, man.
I like this matchup for us a lot.
Absolutely, man.
Now you brought up Matt Fowler.
Mm-hmm.
This is interesting little hypothetical here.
My dog.
As we sit right now. Are you good with the Steeler moves that they made at the guard position? Although he'd be playing right tackle.
He'd have been playing right tackle. So no, I'd have been perfect with it because he would have been playing right tackle.
Yep.
And that was yes.
Never mind.
That was my thought the whole time. Like, bro, he'd have been a right tackle. This would have been solidified because he can play right tackle at a high level.
What about at guard though? Between Turner, Dotson, Fowler, but you think it's equal enough that was a good move?
To me, the issue wouldn't have been, keeping Trey Turner versus Fowler because they play opposite sides. The issue was always going to be if you keep Fowler, it holds back Dotson.
Doesn't Dotson like right guard though? Better anyway.
But remember when everything was happening, who was our right guard? It was the Castro. So right guard was never an option.
Right.
It was always left guard. And if you feel like Dotson is a better left guard, which I do feel, I just think that Matt's a more versatile player because he can be a really good guard or a really good right tackle. That's kind of where you're stuck at. And then you start factoring the money as well because we knew Matt was going to get paid, which he did. It was at 3 for $21 million to go out there to LA. It was like you knew that those were going to be some of the things that you had to deal with. So business-wise, I can understand why they did it because at the time, Dick Castro was still here. At the time, you still got Dotson. At the time, you're like, okay, we know we're going to get Banner back. And then they were already talking about moving Chuk. So you felt on paper that everything would be fine. just so happened that, it didn't work out like that.
The money would have made sense because we were on this. Where you cut the Castro, you could bring back Filer.
Just because how much you would have
saved money. Yeah, it kind of sucks that we don't have him at right tackle.
The 3 people that we said you get rid of to save money, they did, but
just bad timing.
Bad timing. Steven Nelson, Vince Williams, David DeCastro.
Out of those guys, I would have liked to keep Steven Nelson though too. Although,
but we both would have though.
Corners are stepping into their own.
It's different though. We could all agree.
I know he's having a really good season with the Eagles,
and he had really good seasons here with us.
I thought that was
so. Yeah, like he had our secondary. When you're talking about him and Joe Hayden, like we was like, yo, we feel good at corner. Like we felt really good at corner. Right now, it's like, all right, keep making that confidence step up, baby. Keep rising our confidence. We appreciate you.
Actually, a thing I missed that I didn't include.
What's up?
Their lack of splash on defense. It's almost kind of like us. They don't have like that many sacks. They don't like have that many crazy turnovers.
Because that's another thing to consider. Bosa's the only guy he's 5.5, but nobody else is more than like 2 or a half here or there.
Yeah, that was another thing I forgot to mention, but I'd include that. So maybe
I do like how they blitz though. They blitz their guys.
They do get pressure. They haven't been able to like finish though.
They haven't. But that's they're definitely a blitz to create pressure type team. Now, if 7 is out there, that's a recipe for disaster. You can't blitz 7. I'm not 100% sure how Mason's going to respond to it, though. Just because we haven't seen a lot of Mason dealing with pressure, right? In terms of blitzing style pressure, because it's different in terms of how you process it, where you're looking at the ball, like all those other things. So that'd be interesting to see if it came down to that.
Yeah, Claypool being back would be big.
Yeah.
Bounce back game for Frymouth. Yeah, if Ben's back, Claypool's back, I don't really see any problems on offense. We should be humming.
Yeah. But
getting Najee the ball.
Now, when will we find out? I guess we'll find out today about
a potential test. Would we find out about that, or will we just know if he's back or not? They won't like take us through. All right, tested positive today.
Right. Like,
his next test will be tomorrow at 1 p.m.
It's funny. Me and wife were talking about that this morning. It was like, yo, like when are we gonna know? You know what I mean? Like, are they gonna tell? Because I was telling her, I was like, well, as a media member, when we have to,
they
get
probably
tested,
test every day.
Well, I was gonna say, I know as a media member, when we were doing the mini camp, we would get tested at 6 a.m., but we would get our results like right then, so we knew if we were gonna be positive or negative. So I'm like, I don't know the protocol, because the thing that's crazy is this: NFL protocols versus like the CDC protocols is night and day. Right now, they say if you test positive as a regular person, you're not supposed to go get tested again anytime soon, because it's like, yo, you just tested positive. In fact, you go for like a couple months. Don't worry about it. You might still pop up as a positive just because it's in your system, but you're good other than that. Whereas with the NFL, we're like, you tested positive. If you get 2 negative tests, though, by the end of the week, you be all right to play. And you're like, hold on, wait a minute, bro. They just told me I don't need to get tested. Now you tell me to get tested twice. But we just roll with it. Just all right, cool. It makes sense somehow, somewhere. Yeah.
I wonder if he already tested negative, maybe like on Tuesday before Tomlin's press conference. So Tomlin's thinking, that's why I'm a little optimistic.
Yeah, because like you said, hearing how they are about him compared to Minkah is night and day, man. Night and day.
And that's the weird thing about Minkah. Did he randomly have these crazy symptoms on Monday then?
Right, because we just saw him Sunday.
Because if he's asymptomatic, all he would need is the same treatment as Ben. 2 negative tests, I guess, right?
I guess. I'm still... This whole thing is just crazy, man.
It is. It definitely is.
Yeah, and like we said, you got Bosa dealing with the same thing out there with the Chargers. He just popped up on the positive. Him and the D tackle, was it Tillery? Yeah. I'd
rather have Minkah. Well, yeah. If you put it that way, I mean, we're trading Minkah for Bosa.
Seriously,
do you like that deal? And
I like that
Tillery.
deal a lot. I'll take that deal.
You would going in this game?
I would take that deal.
No Tillery, no Bosa.
Because pressure is what scares me about our offense. Guys that can win up front, guys that can win without blitzing. And Bosa's definitely a guy that can do that. You take Bosa out,
and they're starting D tackle.
I feel a lot better. I feel like running the ball works a lot better. And I feel like when we do drop back the pass, we're not under duress. And like I said,
Bosa versus Dan Moore isn't a good combination. Bosa
versus Dan Moore, Bosa versus Chooks. I don't like versus either one.
Right.
So now we'll be good. So I like that part. All right, let's keep this thing rolling so we can stay on the clock. And Tommy Vincent, Tommy! Shout out to you, baby. Welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All righty. Now, 3 things that we like about the Chargers. And like I said, we'll do this a little bit fast just because, checking out the time.
Oh,
Make sure that we got to keep me on schedule for everything. I got business I got to take care of.
This has been too fun of a conversation.
It has been, though. All right. Well, for me, the first thing I like is Justin Herbert. I mean, the kid, he is as good as advertised. He makes every throw. He can run. Super competitive. And he's one of them guys you can just see he believes it. Like we talk about like with Mason, it's like, man, where's your no, seriously, like we've said this, like when you watch Mason at times, it's like, okay, how confident are you? When you watch Herbert, it's like watching how 7 looks. Like certain guys just have a natural belief that, dude, if the ball's in my hand, we're fine. And it's contagious. You watch how the players, they believe that, hey man, if the ball's in his hand, he gonna get it done. Kind of we just talked about 7, was that Monday? Monday's episode. Talking about the intangibles between like Mason and Ben. Like it's certain things that certain players, they just have that man.
The ed factor.
You look in his eyes, he believes it. It's real. If he believe it, we believe it. And he has the talent to match it, man. So for me, without a doubt, Justin Herbert is the first thing that I like about the LA Chargers.
Yeah, I'm with you on Herbert. I definitely think he's the real deal. I think he just got to keep proving it throughout his career, year in and year out. But based off these first 2 seasons, there's no doubt about it. Yeah, he's got a special arm. He's got special mobility back there, too, to be able to escape the pocket. Yeah, and you're right. Even just, like, the straight line speed's kind of there. Sometimes it looks a little wonky if he's trying to, like, make some jukes and stuff. But, no, he's solid. Yeah, I really like Justin Herbert, too. So, yeah, he's number 1 on my list.
Absolutely. Shout out to Logan Newman. I'm looking at the 3 things that Logan Newman likes, and I feel like Logan was cheating off my paper. Logan says Justin Herbert with the Oregon Duck emoji. Says the wide receivers, and then he goes Derwin James. Well, for me, the next thing I want to talk about that I like is Derwin James, because as I've been on record numerous times, he is my favorite safety when he is healthy, because, the dude, he just does it all. Splash, tackling, communication, big, speed, athletic, could guard anything. Like, I just love his game. And when he is healthy, it shows. I mean, I think he's sitting at 80 tackles right now. And like the dude, the dude, he screams productivity. Like when you watch him play, he's one of those guys on defense. He jumps off the tape. Like I always say, when I cut on the tape, I don't want to have to look for you. You should be flashing, flash. And he flashes a lot, man.
My number 2, similar to what he was saying with the wide receivers, I would just say they're weapons overall on offense. I like Jared Cook at tight end, obviously Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, and Austin Eckler at running back. That's a really good combination. That's 4 really solid pieces. Now their depth at receiver, I would say, is kind of lacking. I mean, they'll make plays when they're called upon, but yeah, your 2 main guys with Allen and Mike Williams, both having pretty good seasons. Jared Cook brings a mismatch at tight end. It definitely does. And then Eckler, I like him more as like a secondary back, but he has proven that he can carry the load.
No, he has, though. He definitely
has.
I like him better as a number 2, though, as well.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it's kind of reminds me of like
Maybe
Juju.
a perfect for us.
Yeah, he reminds me of like the Juju conversation. Juju next to AB, I love it. Juju by himself trying to be the AB for a team, I don't like it as much. It can still be productive, but it's not the same. And I feel like with Eckler, same things like, bro, he could be like a crazy high end 2. And we've seen him as a 2. He's super high end. As the 1, it's like he's still good.
He's still really
good.
Still really good.
But it's just like, I just feel like it's missing something.
Yeah, missing an element in the offense with having him as like your bona fide 1.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
All right. And then for me, man, my last thing is I just like their competitive mindset as a whole. I do think because of how the flow of some of their games have been, whether they've been shootouts, where there's been them coming back in the end last second, like they always just seem like they're in the fight. And part of that goes back to their belief in Justin Herbert because of who he is. But then you talk about guys on defense, a guy like Derwin James, he operates with that same type of mentality, that same type of swag. And you see how the guys respond to him as well, man. So yeah, for me, man, I just love their mindset and mentality. Even though it always hasn't equated to wins, you just watch them late in games. You watch them in games, man. You watching that Vikings game, and it's like, bro, y'all could easily like throw the towel in right here. And it's like, y'all still fight. Y'all still scratching, clawing. Like, I like that a lot right there, man.
So I'm with you on Derwin James. Kind of extended to the secondary. At the same time, I could even mention this in dislikes because the secondary, they have some nice stats in their favor, like top 10 and everything. At the same time, I don't know if they're tested completely because of how bad the rush defense is.
Yeah.
because I saw Justin Jefferson torch their one dude, Stephon Campbell, last week.
But see, I didn't like him out there, but he was out there because of
their one guy's hurt.
The one guy's hurt.
Michael Davis, right?
Yeah, and they had Asante Samuel Jr. on the other side, and Chris Harris still was playing slot out there. Even though it was funny, Chris went out there because Chris wanted to play on the outside. And I'm like, bro, you playing on the inside?
I know,
bro.
they had him a lot. They had Asante Samuel on the outside. I was like,
bro, what is this?
I was looking for that. I'm like, wait, do they have Samuel on the inside now? Because that's kind of what his moniker was coming out in the draft. But no, it was more Harris inside, if anything. But yeah, if this dude plays and they're running these type of formations,
I'm with you. Yes.
Claypool's got to come. If Claypool plays, Claypool's got to come down with these. But I do like their safeties, though, too. So secondary, I'd say their secondary is pretty solid with Adderley and then obviously Derwin James, Chris Harris, Asante Samuel.
It is crazy though, when you look at some of their productivity. I mean, and how much of it, too, comes from Derwin as well. Like some of the splash plays, the forced fumbles. I think he has the one pick, but I think he's like 3 forced fumbles as well. Like, it's crazy, man. Crazy. I like the secondary. I could dig that, man.
If we can't for some reason run the ball, I don't think we're gonna have problems. It's almost, we were talking about the Browns defense. That's kind of how I feel about this.
Yeah.
If we should be able to get things going on the ground, but if for whatever reason, I know people would point to maybe some of the stats that are going on with the Chargers and their pass defense.
Yeah.
I think especially if Claypool's playing, Ben's there, I think we'd be fine. Bounce back game for Freiermuth too. Feature him.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we could carve up their secondary if needed. But I think this is one of those games where we're going to have a nice balanced attack. Najee's going to be going off.
Yeah.
Little play action here and there. Ben, clean game. Was it 200, between 200, 250, couple touchdowns.
You say he already back. He said, hey, man, COVID ain't stopping him 2 weeks in a row. We good.
I think that's all we're going to need in this one.
Yeah.
Keep the Chargers offense off the field. That'd be perfect.
So Mason could give us that, though, right? Just worst case.
I think he could. Yeah, okay. I still feel fine if Mason's going to play. Maybe it's just a little bit of a closer game. That's all.
Okay. All right. So
because the formula's there.
All right. So let's transition then, man, and start doing our position group breakdowns because we got about 30 left in this thing. So yeah,
let's do it.
We'll start with the safeties.
Oh, this is a good one.
Whew.
And well, Minka's out, so you have to go with them. You have to. And even if Minka was there, there's a case for them. Definitely.
Yeah, I'm going with that. Derwin.
He's your guy. He's your number one safety.
I want to say So the way that I feel about Minka is, I feel like that versus everybody else but Derwin. This is Derwin. So yeah.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah. But cornerback, this should be interesting here though.
Yeah, because like I said, they got some names. I've seen some slip-ups, though.
Well, and I wonder, too, how is it viewed? Because their high-end corner is Chris Harris right now in terms of health, but he's more of a slot guy, whereas our high-end guy is Joe Hayden, who's on the perimeter.
Oh, shit, he's hurt, too.
Oh, you're right.
I think they were saying his was one of the least serious.
The least serious, yes. And obviously,
him
later
and Dotson.
In the day,
Dotson's going to work,
we'll get a little bit more info.
Trey Turner has the opportunity to show up, too.
Yeah. But he didn't even mention Joe. So we are feeling like Joe will be available.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's just say Joe's going to play.
Yeah. So now we're
I like us. I think we're outperforming our name recognition right now in the secondary and the cornerback position. I'll go with us.
For me, man, I got to go Chargers just because I do like their pedigree a little bit more. When we start going down that list, like Asante Samuel Jr., like he was a guy that we would have drafted, right? We would have liked him.
Yeah, when did he go? Second round?
Second round, yeah. We would have definitely took him, man. Not saying that we would have, but like he was a guy that we could have drafted him.
We talked about him.
Fine.
I remember us
talking
talking about him.
Yeah, so that's my only thing. I just
Mike
feel
Hilton's
like
replacement.
Yeah, I feel like he's more pedigree and stuff like that. And I'm a big Chris Harris Jr. fan. I like his game a lot. I don't like how they're a little banged up right now, but at the same time, we're a little banged up right now. So that's my thing right there, man. I just feel like they have a legit high-end guy in terms of Chris Harris, but then they have the higher-end pedigree guy as well in terms of Asante.
Inside linebackers?
Well, we had to go inside. Well, we had to go there.
So they have, from what it looks like, Tranquil, and then Murray came back last week.
Yeah. Murray actually was high last week, too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Schauber's been sold for us. So is that enough? Is that enough?
He just left it at that.
Is that enough to be a wash? Is that enough to be a wash, Schaubert and Murray right now?
Oh man.
I think I might be.
Oh man.
Bush versus Tranquil. You know what? I'll take Bush. It's been bad, but you know what?
You are funny. That boy said, "Hey, Schauber." Oh man.
They ain't the most top-notch inside linebacker either.
Are we that top-notch, or are we more name recognition right now?
Schauber's been solid, though.
I'm with it. But is it...
Unless you think Murray's just above everyone else.
No, because my thing is, when I think of Schauber, I'm like, is Schauber, am I viewing him as solid because of how the play next to him has been?
I think he's just been solid, though, the whole year.
That's what I be thinking to myself.
If anything, he's been making up for it, right?
To an extent, yes. I don't know if I'm willing to like say he's the reason why I'm gonna take this group. Cause
I'm
that's
saying
how you
wash.
That's how you sold it to me.
I'm actually saying Bush. Bush is the reason. I'm saying wash between him and Murray.
Okay.
Bush over Tranquil, though.
Because I'm like, I like Murray. Now I just don't like the fact that he's young. That's the thing. He's young. Whereas with Joe,
he's still got ways to go.
Whereas with Joe, like I said, it's proven productivity. Now, has his play this season matched that type of productivity beforehand? Not to the same extent. But the reason I was laughing is just like, it's kind of like, all right, is she cute or is she just around a whole bunch of ugly people and she's the best of the ugly group? You know what I'm saying? Like or is he cute or is he just, the cute guy amongst all these other just really, really ugly people? It's,
Bush can't be that bad. We're taking Tranquil over him. I refuse to believe at this point.
Bro, we're subbing Spillane
I'm holding out the faith in Bush.
They're not. Are they
actually?
Subbing
if anything, Spillane that could be the secret X factor.
Oh, so we can throw Spillane in now.
Yeah. Secret X factor.
You are wild.
I literally think I've taken Bush and the inside linebackers in every one of these.
You have, and I'm over here like, bruh. Bruh.
Who do we play next week? Bengals. Their inside linebacker core isn't that amazing. You know what? You know what? No.
I like the Bengals linebackers.
I was gonna say they are much improved from recent years. I will say that.
Shoot, the one dude killed us again. The inside. Oh man, not Gaithers. The cat from Wyoming. Daggone, what is his name? I'm drawing a blank on him.
I don't remember.
Yeah, he's their other inside guy though. He's like really good dude, man.
I'll go with us.
I'll go wash.
Oh, nice.
I will go wash to just keep it as positive as we can today, because
How do we want to go with their edges here?
Include Bosa.
Oh, he's not playing. Like I think he's got a worse chance to play than TJ. With the COVID
because
stuff.
they ruled him out the same way they ruled Deke out.
Do you want to just say both TJ and Bosa are out?
That would probably make it simpler.
I think we gotta go with us.
Because otherwise we are speculating about TJ, but then already just definitively ruling out the other. Yeah, if there's no Bosa, no TJ, then we still roll with us. I'm with
Highsmith, I mean, we're really reaching with Taco and Tuska out there, but hey, we got Highsmith. They don't have someone like that right now if they don't have Bosa. With how Highsmith's been playing?
True.
I mean, Highsmith's last game. Let's do it again.
I agree. Oh, man.
With how bad they've been in the rush. I know it's not all completely edges. You got to count for the defensive line, too, but you account for that, how bad they've been in the rush, and how they haven't been able to sack people. They get the pressure, but like you said, it's some of it's blitz related.
But I'm trying to think, how many sacks does Highsmith have right now?
I think 1. 1.5.
Because the thing that, it's funny, though.
His last game was unreal, though.
But, for example, Bosa's backup linebacker, Kyler Fackrell. You know he has 2 sacks this season, bro?
Those were schemed up.
I'm just saying, but it was just funny because as high as, we're speaking to a Highsmith, like, yo, he's killing it. I'm like, dude, this guy got the same amount of sacks as he got.
Did Highsmith get one last game? I don't know if they gave him one.
I don't think they did. No, they gave it to Cam.
Yeah.
Because
did
Cam
they give
had
him
2
half
solos.
though? Maybe.
I thought Cam was listed as 2 solos when I looked at it the other day. They could have changed it though.
Highsmith needs to debate that one.
They could have changed it.
Yeah, I'll go with us.
Yeah. So where's Highsmith sitting at?
Sacks for the season? Yeah, 1.5.
1.5.
Seahawks game still. Yeah, man, he's been playing good. Tackles for loss, the QB hits are all there.
Yeah.
Total tackles.
Pull up Kyler Fackrell. Let's see what his stats are looking like on the year, man.
Just the X factor.
I gotta see what he's looking like on the year, man. Because he's sitting at 12 tackles, 2 sacks, 1 forced fumble. I need to see QB hits. We need to see
zero.
Okay. Who is this? Who is this guy, man?
Like zero over the past like 4 or 5 games. Zero tackles for loss, 0 QB hits, nothing.
Both third-round picks, though.
Yeah, he's playing like 40% of the time, 30%. Okay. This is Bosa's backup though, so he'll be getting a huge role.
He's gonna get a huge increase. Yeah, he'll get a huge increase because he's the backup. Nah, for me, I gotta go Highsmith, man. I just don't like our group all the way just yet.
Yeah, with Taco and Tuska, it's a tough sell.
I'm like, oh god, I don't like it right now. I don't like it a lot. Oh man.
But you get what I mean. They don't really have anyone else.
Yeah.
Like the guy across from Bosa hasn't really been doing anything. So if we want to talk about our depth, I don't think they really have anything.
But they run it's a different style. So for them, they run that like 4-3, but it's an under look. So Bosa essentially is always their like fourth rusher. But if he was in our defense, he would be a stand up outside linebacker. So that's why the other guys more so going to be like the bigger body run stuffer D lineman type. So that's the only reason why, like stat wise, a little different.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Defensive line. This one's kind of interesting.
Hold on. Who was like against the Melvin trade when it happened? Who was in the chat? It was somebody in the chat. It was like against the trade.
Melvin Ingram.
Yeah, when we traded him, it was like, yo, we need him, man. We got
traded him away.
Yeah,
I thought a lot of people were. I know we were both against it.
Yeah,
it's just one of those things. What can you do? Doesn't want to be here.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Well, so you're saying someone in the chat was a little more vocal about it?
I thought it was, but I can't remember. Maybe not. But anywho, let's keep it rolling. We'll keep it rolling.
Yeah, I don't remember. But yeah, this is, again, the perfect example of why we didn't want to trade him.
Yes.
TJ Watt goes down with a weird-ass hip knee injury on a good play where he gets a sack. Just garbage, man.
All right, now D-line, they got one of my 2010 draft class brothers in there. Okay? ECU in the building. Shout out to Linville. Okay?
Yeah.
We got one. You know how I feel about my draft class, man. We got us one. Here we go. D-line, Chargers, Steelers. Who you rolling with?
Was I seeing stuff that Joseph might be even on some type of injured list? I think I was.
Maybe, man.
I think I was seeing stuff.
Maybe.
Because that was so basically Tillery's going to be out. He's a key cog in their system. Ah, man.
I know who I want.
I think I got to go with our defensive line because of Cam, dude. Tillery's out, so they have Linval Joseph. He's been really good throughout his career.
Yeah.
Justin Jones he's solid, but without Hayward's playing, if we could get some snaps like we got from Loudermilk last game, Wormley, the steady hand that you talk about with him,
always steady, man.
Yeah, I think I go with us for sure.
Cam, he's the reason for me, man. Cam, he's making his case. Defense player of the year, he is making his case, man. And yeah, I don't think he's gonna slow down at any time. So with that being said, man, I got to roll with our D line, especially because of Cam. Sorry, Linval, you know you're my dog. 2010, we here. All right, I got you next time. All right, let's get to the offense side of the ball. O-line.
You don't want to start QBs?
O-line. Let's go right to the O-line, man.
I gotta go with them right now.
Oh man, we've been. I was gonna say we've been improving. We
have
been improving.
Nah, they've been solid though.
They have.
Chargers have been much improved from last year.
Very much.
Not all the way there. Like you said, we can get some chances.
I thought that because I was thinking with TJ and Highsmith in the group, but now it is Highsmith and Taco or Derek. Not as optimistic, but I still think we'll get out there. I think like Cam for a fact, I think he dominates his matchup, and I think Alex should. Like I said, I really want to see this with Alex because this for me will let me know: is it Alex dominating some of these matchups, or is Alex really that type of player right now? Because as we talked about when we highlighted, it was like, okay, you caught Decker, that was first game back. All right,
and it's just
you know what I mean? You got this guy. It's like, all right, like where are we at? Like this, I feel like will be a legitimate test to see how good he is, or if he still has some more room to grow. Like that's going to be that one. Worst case, though, I will say if he's getting stonewalled, just flip him to the other side. Yeah, you can cook over there, partner. So you got options.
Maybe they wouldn't be prepared for Taco either.
That's all I'm
Maybe
saying.
he could bring something to the
Well,
table.
he has length. Well, he has
The
length.
height
I
on
like the length.
Slater would be
That
crazy.
could change things. That could change things, man.
Well, I will say this though: as much as I'm going with the Chargers, I think we could outperform them this week based off matchups.
No, I agree.
Like
with
our
that
offensive
part.
line
Yeah.
could look better.
I could see that. I'm not making my pick off of that though. I'm going.
Well, especially with
Chargers,
them missing Bosa too,
Yeah.
and just how bad they've been in the running game this whole season. Yeah. But we're both saying Chargers.
Yeah.
What's next?
Wide receivers.
Ah, man. I have to go them. Is this the first time I'm going against our wide receivers?
This might be the
Maybe
first time. This might be the first time because you didn't even get Buffalo.
I did not give them Buffalo.
Buffalo's the only one. Or you didn't do Buffalo or Cincy. Those were the other two where I picked against us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't go against Keenan Allen and Mike Williams right now. You asked me in a year or something, 2 years.
It's different, yeah. It's different.
Keenan Allen's too proven. He's too much of a stud. And then Mike Williams. Listen, Mike Williams is – I was thinking this. Mike Williams is if Claypool doesn't reach his potential. That's Claypool.
No, it's exactly it.
Yeah.
Exactly it.
And Claypool hasn't fully reached it yet. I would maybe give him the nod, though. Right now, if I'm just taking a dude, slight nod. He's been banged up a little bit this year.
You giving a slight nod to Claypool over Williams?
Slight. It's close. It's close.
I would go Williams over Claypool.
But I'm giving them the receivers as a whole because of Keenan Allen. That's the main thing.
Yeah, I'm taking their receivers as well. This is probably like the most that you've taken another team and the chat. I'm seeing a lot of Chargers when we pull in Chargers easy at times. I saw that Ben V. I did see that. I mean, I could get it, though. I could dig it. All right, next position. Tight ends. Jared Cook.
I know.
They got Jared Cook. This is crazy.
You know what? If I said Freiermuth, I think there would be less pushback if he didn't fumble last week. Or have a drop or two.
Yeah.
And if Ben played, too. So if Ben's back, I'm going Freiermuth. I just am.
Okay, but if he's not back then?
I feel like it's a bounce back.
So if he's not back, because there's no guarantee he's going to be back, and we're operating with the mindset that, certain players aren't available.
Yeah. I could still see bounce back game.
Even with Mason. Mason, you bounce back?
I just don't know if the chemistry's there. You see these reports about Ben asking for Freiermuth's locker to be moved close to us.
Okay.
Oh, man. It's a tough one.
Like I said, if it's Ben, I'm with it. But if it's Mason, I don't know how you feel about that one. Because it could very well be Mason.
It could.
It could very well be Mason.
Freiermuth still got some targets. Some of them are on him. That's what I mean. Like he dropped a couple.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it
wasn't
just the quarterback.
And he had the fumble. So yeah, I could see him getting a 50, 60-yard game with a touchdown. Okay. Yeah, I'll take him over Cook. I'm saying bounce back game.
Okay, you can say bounce back game.
They're close in yards. Freiermuth's a little less than him in yards and stuff in production for this season, but I think Freiermuth over these past few weeks, he's starting to come along. This is where we expect him to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the point for me where I'm going to start making these picks of Freiermuth over other little bit more proven tight ends.
I'll say our tight end just because the group.
Ebron.
Yeah, Ebron ain't dropped nothing last week.
He did not. That was a hell of a catch.
So it's
a good point. Gentry
because we have Ebron as well, we'll go there because I do think the whole debate between Pat versus Jared is going to be close for me. I always have an issue because as much of a fan of Pat's athletic ability and his potential, I'm a fan of. Jared is proven. Jared has been doing this for a long time as well, and I always have an issue going, what's not proven, but we're optimistic about it versus the guy that has been proven in the now. But when you throw in Ebron as well, our group just has more players in there, more playmakers right there as well, man. So I'll go with us for that one. Running back room? This should be. Oh, is this an easy one now? I don't know. Let's see the depth looking like.
Oh, they actually have some decent depth. They use Dustin Jackson.
Yeah.
They use their guys.
He's questionable right now too, though. But like Larry Roundtree, yeah.
This is tough. Two different style of players, kind of.
Very different.
Although they both catch passes.
Yeah.
Damn it, dude. Like, if you're asking me tomorrow, start a pickup football team or Even if it's actual football, I need to draft 11-man offense. I want Najee Harris as my running back. I would take him over Austin Eckler. I don't know if that makes sense for my reasoning or not, but that's what I'm going with.
Okay.
Because I could see all the production from Eckler and stuff. I'm good.
Well,
is this easy for you debating?
No, this is actually it's difficult, man, because they are so different yet super effective. It's kind of like if you're gonna compare, I think of like a. Let me think. Who is?
I don't even know who's.
I think of like a Zeke versus a Christian McCaffrey type, right? Whereas one is more doing some of the newer age style running back stuff, right? Catching out the backfield and things like that. Whereas the other guys a little bit more of just traditional power, big body. And when I think of those two guys, I'm like, both are highly effective. Both are highly productive. But which one do you want? I do think that both guys fit their offenses perfectly, though. I don't think that Austin fits our offense like that. I don't think that Najee would fit what they're trying to do necessarily to the same extent. But for me, I'm going Najee. I'll go Najee.
Nice.
It's close though, bro. It is close. Yeah, but I'm gonna go Najee in this. Now just stay healthy, man. Just stay healthy. Because I just feel like they don't use Eckler like where I feel like they're overusing him. Whereas with Najee, I feel like we're definitely in overusing land. We're flirting with it.
Get McFarland active.
So we shall see. All right. Oh, all right. We got about 6 minutes left. Okay. It's time for the granddaddy of them all. I'll let you pick twice.
Okay.
Because obviously the situation.
Sure.
So if it is Justin Herbert versus Ben Roethlisberger, which quarterback are you taking?
Well, you want to talk proven? 7 gives you proven. You want to even talk recent? Mans is 4-0 in the last 4 games. Mans has 60, 72, 64, 70% completion. Has been clean as hell. 6 touchdowns, 0 picks. The only quarterback without a pick over the last 4 games, too. QB rating, 120, 94, 98, 111. Dude just wins. Dude just gets it done. I know what I'm getting from 7. What's so funny, dude?
So you go 7?
I am. Well, let me explain, too.
Okay.
Over the past 4 games, even with Herbert.
All right.
56% completion, 51. He had a really nice game against the Eagles. Really nice game. 84%. Last one, though, against Minnesota, 58. Record in that time period, 1-3. Yeah, 1-3. 1-3. Just making sure I'm reading this right. Not clean with the ball. 4 picks, 6 touchdowns. Taking 7. It's clear as day to me.
Okay. And then if it's Herbert versus Mason.
Herbert.
Okay. All right. It doesn't matter which quarterback in Pittsburgh wants to show up. It could be Ben. It could be Mason. It could be Haskins. It could be Kenny Pickett. It could be Sam Howell. It could be Malik Willis. It could be me. It could be Deke. It could be you. It doesn't matter who. I'm taking Justin Herbert 7 days a week, 365, even throwing at 366 if it was the leap year, okay? To me, I don't think it is currently close. We highlighted what Herbert's been able to do. I mean, the dude, he does it all, man. And the tape shows. So, clean or not clean, the tape shows. And that's what I do love.
I forgot the ratings for Herbert, though, too. I want to throw those in there. 67, 66. I told you, Eagles game was nice. 123 and 72 last 4 games. He's taking a slide back.
Oh, yeah,
I like Herbert, though. I like him.
Yeah,
I'm just taking 7 over him.
I'm sure, man. Hey, clean.
You know what?
7's been super clean. We ain't seen 7 throw nothing crazy, so I'm with that, man.
I will take Herbert over Rudolph. I'll give him that.
Okay. I ain't tripping, baby. I'm not tripping. Anywho, you ready for your score predictions?
I'm definitely ready.
All right. So you got
we
Steelers
two
40.
of them or what? Are we doing two of them?
I mean, we could. I personally don't think it's going to be that different from my perspective, but I'm on you. Go ahead.
Okay. Ben plays. Oh, I already mentioned it.
Mm-hmm.
Give Najee the ball. They suck at stopping the run. Ben balls out, keeps what he's been doing going. Yeah, we moved. I want to say 30. I don't know if it's going to take us a little bit to start off to get things going on offense with Ben being out a week, Claypool. You know what I mean? Just a little rust factor early on. I could see us taking a shot, though, like up in the Green Bay game. We get one to Deontay.
And I meant to say, let us know in the chat, too, man. Put your score predictions in there. I see them coming in, but keep those coming in as well. All right.
No, I think offense does good. I'm going to knock us a little bit below the 30 because I do think we control the ball. It's not like we're going to be getting like 2 or 3 minute drives out there. So I think we get 28. Now, their offense is pretty good. I think no Minka. Hoping TJ plays. Joe Hayden.
That's a lot of hoping.
Our defense gets up for these type of games, though. They absolutely do. This is a Tomlin game in the right way. Where I'm looking back to like the Buffalo game early on.
Okay.
That's how I'm looking at this.
But the Chargers are down. They're on a
performance.
losing streak, bro.
Huh?
They're on a losing streak. Nobody care about the Chargers anymore.
Nobody cares about them. No,
they lost by 4 in a row now.
they're a solid team. I told you, there's not too much to dislike about this team. I don't think they get too much going on offense in terms of like the receivers. I'm worried about their running game though. I'm worried if they actually get Eckler the ball, consistently give him the ball, are we going to be able to stop the run? They get 21. We win 28-21.
Okay.
Yeah.
28-21. All right, let me check in the chat real quick before I drop mine. It's a 10:59. So we right on schedule. Let's get it. All right. Tommy Vincent says 17-16. Steelers. Winners says 21-10. Chargers. NSMC 99. 32-24 Chargers. Colas says 24-20 Steelers. Roy Tousley says 24-21 Steelers. Rod Dollar 32-21 Steelers. Bat 300 says if Ben plays 31-23 Pittsburgh. Yo boy Jacob Malacia, he's breaking the streak himself. He says 31-17 Steelers lose. Yo boy Jacob, man, we didn't call
That's tough.
Oh, that hurts, man. That hurts. All right, who else we got in here? Mason putting up 32 points. Oh, all right, okay. Donald Copeland, 21-17, Pittsburgh. Then Anthony Blancato, 32-12, Chargers.
Mixed bag here.
Whew. Oh, here we go. I like this one. I'll end it on this one, then I'll read mine. Leo Sevilla,
I see it.
28-28, calls it a tie again. That would probably be like one in a blue like million. But anywho, I think that this is interesting. It's a good game, regardless of who's at quarterback, Ben or Mason. I think that both of those guys will be able to have success. I think that Najee is going to have some success on the ground as well. I do expect him to touch that paint. And I also think that Pat will bounce back. I think that whole drops, fumble thing, we put that to rest because that's not in his makeup. It wasn't in his makeup when I watched him on tape when he was at Penn State either. So, you know, that shouldn't be an issue going forward.
Yeah, we can't have more Deontay and Ebron type of stuff going on out here.
Yeah, that should not happen. But for me, man, I just feel like Justin Herbert, dude, he's different. He's kind of like when you talk about Ben during, you know, his hot years. It was like, yo, certain quarterbacks, man, it's hard to go against them. Or, you know, it's going to be a shootout. And I asked myself, with our current structure offensively, can we keep up with the team that can score points? Because they can score. And that is where I must draw the line in the sand. So even with my Steelers polo on,
oh, no.
Even on the cusp of me going to do a Steelers official event today, I must say, LA gets it done 27-20. I'm sorry. Oh, no. You know, I would love to be wrong. And when I'm wrong, I love it. I wear it. Okay. So y'all can't call me a Chargers fan, even though one of my favorite players when I was a player was Sean Merriman when he was with the Chargers. I'm sorry. Lights out one time. All right. So yeah, man, I gotta go Chargers. All right, I'm sorry. So with that being said, man, let's see what other supers we got, and then we'll get up out of here. All right, let's go. UW says, just wanted to shout out the guys from around the 412 for their annual Christmas drive. No, absolutely, man. Anybody that's doing stuff for the holidays, man, doing stuff for the less fortunate, man, always tip the cap to them, man. That is big time. That is big time. All right, and then we have Travion Sanders says, I'm pulling up to the Ravens Steelers tailgate with that Cali pack, ready to take off to Mars and get lit at my first Steelers game.
Dope.
Trust me, Travion. It's gonna be a vibe.
That's gonna be a good one.
That's gonna be an insane game to pull up to, baby. You are going to love it. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But yeah, I'm trying to think. With that being said, is there anything else? I think I'm good. Think we're right.
I think so.
All right. So with that being said, hope y'all enjoyed this morning session. For the early risers out there, a little switcherooski.
Fun,
You know,
yeah.
every once in a while you got to flip the tip. You know, you got to say, you know what? No prime time. Let's get them in the morning. You know, roll over into the taco meat. All right. So shout out to everybody that was tuning in with us, man. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. Make sure y'all enjoy the rest of your day. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen.
Peace. Najee Harris is only running back with 40 plus receptions, 150.